seconds away on Studio 5. Big voices uniting to send people back to church.
For us, we see them on the platform. We don't imagine they come out of a church, but they very much come out of a local church that surprisingly looks a lot like our church.
Studio 5 is on board the Outcry tour with a special look at unreasonable hope.
I felt like out of pain and struggle, I learned what hope was.
And actor, producer, and rapper.
A block away from heaven, that corner 15 minutes, it move a 7.
50 Cent is here with a call to stop the violence.
So the idea of killing police officers is the wrong idea.
Wrong.
He's talking the right idea in Studio 5, starting now.
My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh.
My Lighthouse, that's the music of Rend Collective, one of the groups on the Outcry concert tour right now. Welcome to Studio 5. We have more on the Outcry tour coming up. We're sitting down with the concert organizer, Romeo, in just a bit. But let's get this show started with a rundown of this week's unforgettable headlines in the world of uplifting entertainment news. This is your top 5 from Studio 5.
How many you got so far?
You and me?
Actor Chris Pratt comes in at number 5. He stars opposite Denzel Washington in The Magnificent Seven this fall. But he's the buzz of social media now for a tweet answering a fan's plea to pray for his sick son. Pratt tweeted, "The power of prayer saved my son. This boy Sam needs a miracle. Say a prayer for Sam even if you never have before. Try."
What am I gonna do?
Singer, actress, and preacher's kid Toni Braxton comes in at number 4 with a miracle story.
The odds of this musician and performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
In an interview with Access Hollywood, Braxton now says her youngest son, 13-year-old Diesel, is no longer on the autism spectrum. Now to number 3. Prayers are being answered for Christian rocker Dallas Taylor, lead singer of Maylene and the Sons of Disaster. Taylor was seriously injured when an ATV he was driving on church property went out of control and struck a sign. In addition to prayers, fans have started a GoFundMe page hoping to raise $75,000 for his medical expenses. Now to number 2.
I think God has trained me most at really wanting me to be responsible and to pursue excellence. Romans 8:28 says, God works everything for the good of those who love him, that are called according to his purpose. And that purpose isn't for my happiness and my joy. That purpose is so that I become more like Christ daily.
U.S. diver David Bodilla is among the Olympic winners pointing to Christ after winning the gold in Rio. U.S. swimmer Michael Phelps earned his 19th gold medal in the men's 4x100 freestyle relay, but recently revealed he suffered from an identity crisis and had thoughts of suicide in 2014. That is, until NFL star Ray Lewis stepped in with words of encouragement and sent him Rick Warren's book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Now at number 1. Ben-Hur hits theaters August 19th.
No matter where you're from, this shit is your body. That drum is your heartbeat. And your God is the glory of Rome.
I had the pleasure of visiting Rome with you and being on the set and seeing the film yesterday. And when I walked out, all I could think was, you guys don't do anything small, do you?
Yeah, this redefines epic, doesn't it?
Ben-Hur producers Mark Burnett and Roma Downey say faith-based films need an epic feel to attract secular audiences.
You lose, you die.
And that wraps the countdown of your top 5 from Studio 5 for this week. Ryan Romeo says the next best thing is here. It's always been here, the local church. And his Outcry concert tour is doing something to celebrate and put a spotlight on the church. Romeo and the Outcry tour are the focus of this week's Studio 5 interview. Outcry is an event with some of the biggest names in Christian music. But it's more than just a concert. It's a night of worship. And now it's also a book aimed at reminding the world about the power of the church.
The church gets a pretty bad rap of late of sort of being missing, not relevant, and not doing the things that need to be done in our world. What do you say to that?
When you look at Revelation 19, you see the bride. And for us, that was a big deal. And we saw, okay, the church is there at the very end. So we know the end of the story. We're on the winning team, you know. And I think we've been operating in such a kind of defensive posture lately. Mm-hmm. We wanted to communicate on these tours and through the book that the church is not dying. It can't die. It's going to be around forever. And we are part of the greatest movement that the world has ever seen. Ultimately, the world would not look like it looks if it weren't for the church, in a positive sense. You know, the church made so many impacts that we take for granted. We wanted to explore that more in the book and really have people walk away feeling pride again in the church and saying, this is a movement that I could be proud of.
Would you say the church is as powerful today as it was in history?
Oh yeah, for sure. More so. I mean, some of the things that are at our fingertips now in terms of communication and video and, you know, online things, the church is so creative these days. And we take it for granted. And for me being a millennial, I should say, oh, the church is X, Y, or Z, you know, and falling short. But I look around and I'm amazed. Hillsong comes out with us, and the videos they're producing are unbelievable. The crowds that they're pulling together are unbelievable. And for us, every night we see 10,000 people come together to worship Jesus. And you look at that crowd and you go, how could you say the church isn't powerful?
Was there anything that happened to you or in your life that made you so passionate about the local church?
I got saved because a youth pastor took time out of his day to bring me into his small group and tell me about Jesus. And I got saved at the end of high school, and my life was forever changed. And I remember going into my church, the style of worship was it's not Outcry style worship, you know. But I still look back on that and I go, God taught me so much through something that was not my style, you know. And I just saw God being so faithful to build in me things that I would have never developed had I not been faithful to be in a local church. And I think we try to tell ourselves nowadays, oh, I could just, you know, listen to some podcasts or read some blogs or whatever, and I'll grow enough, that'll be fine. And my experience is no, unless you put yourself in a church where you've got different generations, you've got people who think differently than you, and that iron sharpens iron happens, and it doesn't just happen in a year, it doesn't happen in 2 years, it happens in a long period of time. And God forged things in me that I would have never forged otherwise. And so when I started reading, I'd get on Facebook and I'd see a blog post about 10 reasons millennials are leaving the church, or, you know, and something in me kind of awakened, and I felt, I guess offense is kind of maybe a little strong, but I started thinking, be careful, you know, do you know who you're talking about? And I think the Lord was really putting in me this love for the church that I didn't have even before that. And now I look back over my life and I go, that local church life changed me. It changed my life. It brought me to Jesus. And if it weren't there, if it were just, you know, people listening to podcasts, I don't know if I would have met the Lord the way that I did.
The Outcry Tour is going on through the rest of August. Log on to cbn.com/Studio 5 to see if it's heading to a city near you. And Ryan's book is available online and in stores. Be sure to check it out. Still ahead on Studio 5.
I'll never forget when our daughter was just 4 months old. She was diagnosed with a rare brain disorder.
Taking a look at unreasonable hope with Pastor Chad Veach.
I knew this wasn't God. this was because we live in a fallen planet.
You are making all things new. You are making all things new. And we are free.
All Things New. That is music from Elevation Worship, another church band aboard the Outcry tour with Ryan Romeo. This is the third installment of the tour, celebrating the power of the local church. And in addition to music, this tour also features a pastor. Chad Veach is the leader and founder of Zoe Church in Los Angeles. He's also the author of Unreasonable Hope. The story behind the book and a tattoo movement are the focus of this week's Studio 5 interview.
I'll never forget when our daughter was just 4 months old. She was diagnosed with a rare brain disorder called lissencephaly. I remember my wife and I feeling so overwhelmed, pain, agony, defeat. I remember that's when we really felt a sense that we could put all of our confidence and all of our hope in Jesus. And when we put our hope in God, it's because the evidence found Him to be truthful, trustworthy, and loyal no matter what we're going through. Hope is the architect and faith is the builder. We posted this photo, this Instagram, of us with our G's, and it really just took off and became something that, no one could have ever foreseen. We're people from strangers that we don't know to celebrities to family members are getting this tattoo, and it's all to say we're believing for this girl to be healed, but we're also believing for ourselves. I think it speaks to the beauty of humanity. This is a book about finding faith in the God who can bring purpose to your pain.
Is the best hope born in pain?
I don't know if I will have the answer for it, but I can tell you it's my experience. I wasn't familiar with hope. In fact, out of the whole experience, I felt like I had faith. When it happened, I go, I have faith. Faith is trust, belief, confidence. But God really began to deal with me on the subject of hope, and that I didn't have hope, to be honest. I had faith, I trusted God, but I didn't hope for this. I didn't have this expectation, this confidence that God was going to do something. I really was missing that. So I felt like out of pain and struggle, I learned what hope was. Never in a million years did we anticipate that the doctor would look at us and say, your daughter doesn't have a brain, essentially. Her brain didn't form. So it was just a very surreal, to this day, when I think of that diagnosis day, it still brings back so much emotions. I can remember it like it was yesterday.
And how do you have a child whose brain essentially won't develop and hope for the future for this kid?
Well, I just always look at it, okay, Georgia needs some folds to develop in her brain. Well, the God I read about in the Bible, my Jesus, He turned water into wine. He healed blind people, deaf people, mute people, dead people. So some folds in a brain to be, I just go, yeah, he could do that. If he can part Red Seas and shut the mouth of lions and take somebody from the belly of a whale to their destiny, I know God can, He can make some folds grow. So I have confidence in that God.
In terms of that hope and not being disappointed, this young child has really began to impact the world. Name is Georgia.
Yeah.
Starts with a G.
Yeah.
We're seeing G's on the cover of this book, a big pink G.
Yeah.
And tattooed G's everywhere. Tell me about how all this happened. And
Well, it wasn't my idea. It was a friend of mine. He said, I'm going to get this, I'm going to go get a G, and I'm going to get it tattooed on my forearm. So every time I look at the G, I'm going to pray for your daughter and pray for your family. I go, if you're getting a tattoo, I'm getting a tattoo. You're not going down alone, buddy. So, we go out and get this tattoo and post it. And never did we imagine where this thing would take off to. And people just, started with family members and close friends and then a couple more people posted, and then pretty soon other people going, I want to get it too. And I think today it would be well over 150 to 200 people. I honestly can't keep track. Just 2 days ago, I was posting a photo. you know, the ladies must have been in their 40s to 50s, and 3 ladies posted their G-tats. And, you know, I've had, you know, 65-year-old men walk up to me with their G-tats from all over the world. It's a humbling thing, but I think it speaks to the beauty of humanity. Humanity, we rally around pain. We get up for a fight. So it's harder for us to celebrate success, but we can really come around suffering because it's relatable.
Ted's book, Unreasonable Hope, is a wonderful read, and it's available right now. Still ahead.
I'm trying to make it. We already made it, my friends think. We already on top. I got a bigger plan.
Rapper and actor 50 Cent is in Studio 5 with his television co-star, Omari Hardwick.
Courtney's so bright. Curtis brought this vision to her, and even when she was creating the names, Canaan is from the Bible.
They're talking power and breaking silence on the issue of real-life violence.
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part.
This hit R&B tune is the soundtrack for the opening credits of a critically acclaimed television series, not well suited for young audiences because of its language, violence, and sexual content. The Star's original series Power is back for its 3rd season, and joining us now with a look inside are its co-star and executive producer, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and the star, actor, artist, and poet, Omari Hardwick. Gentlemen, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, man, for having us.
Omari Hardwick leads the cast, playing the character who goes by the nickname Ghost.
What's going on? Connectors never need their money this quick.
Julito, do what you said, okay? You work on doubling up with everyone. I'll work on finding the territory. Okay?
Now, Omari, we are always looking for the light in stories, and your character, Ghost, seems to be struggling to leave some things behind. What's the difficulty in doing that?
Yeah. I think we as a fan base, we sign up for this guy because as much as the fans are looking for the light and maybe the darkness in not only the world but in a character, he equally is. And it's the first time that you start out with a bad guy, so to speak, breaking good from bad, right? So if we were comparable to the concept of what you saw in Breaking Bad with Walter White, played brilliantly by Bryan Cranston, you see Ghost being somebody that's trying to go good. And, you know, and Curtis talked a lot about his childhood and what he saw for his life and how he saw it panning out. And there's bits of Curtis's life in Ghost and bits of Courtney Kemp's father's life, who had come from a world like that and then made good. And so I think the difficulty in it, to your question, is that he's become so entrenched in the drug game and in how he did it. And then you got to sleep with one eye open now. And so he's trying to just close those eyes and peacefully go to sleep. But the reality is all these people that he's wronged are sort of coming after him, including the people who he loves. Like Tommy, played by Joe Sikora, like Kanan, played by 50, like Tasha, played by Notori Naughton. These people have been everything to him, and all of a sudden, he selfishly hurt them just to get where he wants and to get the girl that he wants, played by Leela Lauren. That's just a problem. Those things don't add up for the guy, and I think that's why we're tuned in so much.
Indeed, indeed. Before I let you go, I'm sure you both are following the recent news. Protests following the death of young black men at the hands of police officers, officers in Baton Rouge being shot. What would you say to people watching now about all of this? What do you think your elders and your families would say?
I've been really, really quiet about it. This is the first time I'm actually saying something publicly about it. I think, well, I've been quiet because I didn't have a solution for it. You know, so I think the system that we have in place doesn't work without good people. So I think some of the people that are protesting that are really passionate about it should actually become police officers. So the idea of killing police officers is the wrong idea.
Wrong.
And they should actually become a part of the solution by being good police officers instead of, you know, trying to go after. It's necessary. Law enforcement is very necessary.
That's a great point.
So there's no way that it could be, you know, us against them at any point. Like, that doesn't make sense at all. Like, for me, I think the only legitimate concept would be for, you know, good people to go on down and become police officers.
Beautiful.
That's a great point. It's a
Excellent.
different perspective.
All right. Thank you both. Much appreciated.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having us.
Still to come on Studio 5.
What is your name?
Going behind the scenes of Mark Burnett and Roma Downey's latest masterpiece.
Yeah, this redefines epic, doesn't it?
And we're gearing up for an epic edition of Studio 5. And welcome back to Studio 5. We're working on a show of epic proportions for the next Studio 5.
No matter where you're from, this shit is your body. That drum is your heartbeat. And your God is the glory of Rome.
I had the pleasure of visiting Rome with you and being on the set and seeing the film yesterday. And when I walked out, all I could think was, you guys don't do anything small, do you?
Yeah, this redefines epic, doesn't it?
The wait is over. Studio 5 is taking you behind the scenes for an exclusive look at the remake of a classic film.
What is your name?
Meet the directors and cast to see why the film has been so long in the making. It's a Studio 5 episode you won't want to miss. That is an extra special show we're working on for next week. As for today's show, I'm giving the final word to gospel legend, Pastor Shirley Caesar, who recently traveled to Raleigh, North Carolina to spend the day with the gospel great. And before we turn the cameras off, she asked us to share this encouraging word with you.
Just know this, that learn to accept things that you cannot change. You tell yourself, things that I can't change, let God handle it. Because at the end of the day, if you read the back of the book, you win. It's all right. It's okay. God said it's going to be all right. Just leave it in His hands.
Just leave it in the Master's hands, and that is the final word for this show. But Pastor Caesar has a lot more to share in an upcoming edition of Studio 5, including a performance just for us at our church. That's all for now. Until next time, be sure to reach out and touch me at Ephraim Graham on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. Then come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye.